right. If there's
Thank
anyone
you.
who knows foreign relations and America as a world guest, it's as a world leader, it's my next guest, former U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations, John Bolton. Welcome so much, Ambassador, for joining us, sir.
Glad to be with you.
This phone call, of course, between Biden and Bibi, it will be a tense one. Four U.S. officials have said that Biden is, quote, outraged about the killing of 7 aid workers during an Israeli airstrike. Netanyahu has said he deeply regrets what happened. Ambassador, what do you think will be the outcome of this very important call here?
Well, I think Biden is frustrated for a number of reasons. A lot of them have to do with American domestic politics and the split within the Democratic Party. This hit on the trucks of the global central kitchens, obviously a tragedy. The Israelis have acknowledged responsibility. They've apologized for it. They've said it was a mistaken identification. They're investigating it. I have confidence if they find somebody made a rogue decision that they'll be brought to justice as we would bring somebody to justice in the American military. The whole tragedy in Gaza is attributable morally and operationally to Hamas, which launched the campaign against Israel on October the 7th, has been barbaric against the Israelis. It's been barbaric in the way it's treated its own people as human shields. And I think that's the case Netanyahu will make to Biden. I'm sure Biden's going to vent a little bit. But the key to watch here is not what the two say to each other in the early moments, but whether any change in American policy results. I don't see it in the works at this point, but we'll see how the phone call goes.
And of course, we don't know exactly when that phone call will take place already, if it's taken place. Now, another concern, residents in Tel Aviv and Israel, they've reported widespread disruptions to navigation systems like Google Maps, Waze, all their GPS. And of course, there are now these worries, these fears that a retaliatory strike by Iran could be imminent. Should they be afraid? Is this something that kind of precipitates a possible strike?
Well, exactly. After the Israelis took out several key leaders of the Iranian Quds force in Damascus a couple days ago, there have been signs of preparations, defensive preparations across Israel for attack, possibly from Hezbollah in Lebanon, possibly directly from Iran itself. Iran's got a real decision to make here. If they do retaliate, that could be the signal for more Israeli operations against Hezbollah or against Iran directly. Iran is responsible for the situation in the region now, and so this will be a test to see whether they have a larger set of objectives in mind beyond the Hamas attack out of the Gaza Strip. So this is a very critical moment, and I'm sure Netanyahu will be telling Biden what he knows, what he suspects about Iran's response during that phone call.
What do you think about Biden's eroding support from the Muslim community? We saw what happened in Michigan. Do you think that plays a part in Biden trying to, maybe possibly have a ceasefire? That seems to be what he's pushing for, a two-state solution. What do you think, sir? Does the campaign have anything to do with Biden's seemingly soft stance on what's going on there?
I think it's very directly related to his decreasing support for Israel. He's trying to walk a very fine line in Democratic political circles. We've had broad bipartisan support for Israel in this country for many years, but the left wing of the Democratic Party has moved in a clearly anti-Israel direction, and in a very close election this November, dependent on a very few swing states, that could be real trouble for Biden, and he knows it. That's, I think, where his frustration comes from. He wishes this thing would end, that there would be a ceasefire so he could take it off the table. I don't think that's where the Israeli government or the Israeli people are. They are committed to eliminating Hamas militarily and politically. It's not a matter of just Bibi Netanyahu. This is the Israeli population, I think, overwhelmingly behind that view, and to go into Rafah and finish Hamas off. And I'm sure that's going to be a big part of the conversation, too.